What challenges do Sami people face securing land rights? Imagine living in a place where your ancestors have hunted, fished, and herded reindeer for generations, but suddenly facing hurdles to keep that land. That's the reality for many Sami people today. Their land rights are tied to their history, culture, and identity, but they face many obstacles trying to protect their traditional territories. One big issue is that the laws in countries like Sweden, Norway, and Finland often don't fully recognize Sami land rights. For example, the Reindeer Husbandry Act in Sweden mainly protects Sami involved in reindeer herding and who belong to recognized Sami villages. It doesn't cover their cultural or social use of land, which leaves many Sami claims unprotected. Plus, Sweden has not signed international agreements like the International Labour Organization Convention number 169, which could help strengthen their rights. This legal gap makes it hard for Sami communities to fight land disputes or stop projects that threaten their way of life. Another challenge comes from economic development. The Sami homeland is rich in natural resources, and industries like mining, forestry, and wind energy often want to use that land. These projects can block reindeer herding routes, damage grazing areas, and harm ecosystems that Sami depend on. For example, in Norway, wind farms built on Sami reindeer herding lands caused protests and legal fights because Sami communities weren't properly consulted or asked for permission before construction started. Climate change adds to these problems. The Arctic environment is changing faster than many other parts of the world. Melting snow, shifting vegetation, and unpredictable weather make reindeer herding more difficult. These environmental shifts make it even harder for Sami to maintain their traditional livelihoods, especially when combined with land use conflicts. Even when laws are in place to include Sami voices, they often fall short. Laws like Sweden's Act on Consultation aim to involve Sami communities in decisions, but they sometimes leave out key processes. Sami people may not get enough information or time to give their opinions, and they often lack the resources to participate fully. Without true free, prior, and informed consent, Sami communities can find their land being used for projects they oppose. Public opinion and politics can also be divided. Some people see Sami land use as a problem, claiming overgrazing or land degradation. Others focus on external pressures from industries like mining and energy. This split makes it harder to reach agreements that protect Sami rights and recognize their cultural importance. Finally, the history of colonization and assimilation policies still influences the present. Scandinavian countries have long displaced Sami people and tried to erase their culture. These past injustices continue to affect how land rights are viewed and handled today. Many Sami are still fighting to reclaim their land and preserve their heritage in the face of these ongoing challenges. All these issues mean Sami people must work hard to defend their land rights. They need stronger laws, better recognition, and respectful dialogue with governments and industries. Protecting their land is not just about property. It's about keeping their culture, traditions, and identity alive for future generations.